Well, I think it starts at the end. It starts at closing these games better. Um, you look at the end of the game. We fell asleep on a defensive rotation, gave up a corner three. We miss a layup. We go 1 for 2 from the free throw line. We miss an open three. And then the other end, they make two tough contested shots, which they're really capable of doing. Um, and but we're just not able to close these games. Mostly that comes down a lot to our offense. It's been turnovers and missed opportunities. So to me, it starts at the end.
Do you think is that the pressure of a new moment for these guys, or
I don't know. That's ask them. I don't. I just think it's if you miss a layup, you miss a layup. I mean, if you miss an open three and you go 1 for 2 from the line, I mean, we can't afford. Margins of error aren't very high, so we just can't afford them. So I don't know if it's the moment or fatigue or whatever, but we got to be better. So.
Ant was saying,
Pardon?
Ant was saying last night that there hasn't been a moment in this series where everybody's been kind of clicking the way you have at other points in the playoffs. Is that something that maybe just Dallas is doing defensively that's preventing?
Yeah, for sure. You got to give them credit. They've got a good game plan. They're packing the paint. They're being super directional in where they want to send their guys. They're long at the rim. They're doing a really good job. We've been inconsistent on making the right plays against some of that. I think we need to get some earlier easy stuff. We haven't really pushed ourselves in transition like I'd like to see us. So, so give them credit. But we've also missed some good looks by some good players too. So.
Is that the way Nas and Kyle played in this series?
Yeah.
Made you thought about their minutes, especially versus maybe Cat?
Yeah. For sure. I mean, I think Kyle is a guy that definitely has to have more minutes, and I expect him to do so going in. Nas played almost 30 minutes last night anyway, so I'm just trying to stick with Cat, even though he's struggling out there, just because we still feel it's going to be a long series. We still feel we got a lot of basketball in us, so trying to keep him confident. So.
Did you buy into the theory that this team might be a little bit emotionally spent?
I don't sense that, no. No, not really. So.
Chris, do you see any strategic adaptations you have to make defensively, or you just have to play better?
Yeah, I mean, we've done a lot of different things defensively. We're dying a little bit by the poison that we're picking. And that's what happens when you have great players who are able to, they've seen a lot of different looks. We've changed it up. We've given them different looks. And we'll continue to do so.
Chris, I think it was in the fourth quarter last night. Pablo was out on the court asking why Luka wasn't teed up.
Yeah.
Do you get an explanation? I'm sure you get an explanation
Yeah.
as to why somebody is teed up, but do you get an explanation as to why they might not be teed up?
Yeah, I mean, the referee in that moment didn't feel that the reaction was egregious enough, so that's what was told to me. But I just asked in comparison to the Kyle Anderson one. That was where the confusion was for me.
Chris, what have you seen from just Mike in this series and the way he kind of got it through?
Yeah, Mike's been a bright spot. Battling on defense through some tough matchups at times, and offensively he's been one of our most consistent guys. Been very aggressive as he is all playoffs. He's a little hobbled out there, but he's gutting it out. So he's been playing well.
Rudy had maybe 6 rebounds or something like that, a low number for him yesterday. It's in game 1. He said he had to be better on the boards as well. What's maybe caused him to have not his usual standard on the boards in this series?
Well, there's not a lot of misses right now. So there's not a lot of misses. You're not gonna have a lot of rebounds. So we gotta make them miss more, and then he'll rebound better.
You talked about closing the game. How important is a quick start in an elimination game on the road?
I mean, I would say I would rather have a quick start than a slow start. So if that answers your question, I would say it's always important to have a quick start. Our starts haven't been a problem, though, for us, really. I think, again, it's been the closing, not the beginning. So.
You shared
Yeah.
with us a little bit your approach after game 1 in terms of having that film session.
Yeah.
And kind of airing the works, I guess. How do you do it now? What's the approach now? Do you really dive into what happened in game 3, or do you not want to have that kind of clutter
No, I mean, listen, like the film session on game one I think is a little overblown. It was a normal film session that most teams, every NBA team has, you know, when you don't play particularly well. We look at the parts that we play well. How can we repeat those? You know, look at the parts that we got to adjust and do better at, both coaches and players. That's just the normal process of all this. You know, everyone talks about adjustments, and surely we make adjustments. We make in game, between games. But the reality is you have to be able to execute these, and you have to be able to do them, and you got to be able to sustain them. So, you know, we look at all that, but our guys, you know, there's still great energy in our group. Looking forward to getting back on the floor today, and I know they'll be ready to go tomorrow. So.
You moved around a lot yesterday. How's the
Yeah.
knee? Are your doctors yelling at you?
No, knee's fine. You know, not a ton of pain, just kind of in the way. So yeah, hopefully I can do a little bit more each time.
Chris Andes, I was your primary shot creator.
Yeah.
Are you? Is there something lacking in another shot creator off of it, or what do you think about the shots that you are getting right now in that regard?
You know, we've had a hard time, you know, consistently creating good offense. We're doing a better job. I thought last night we found a few good things. You know, it all starts with playing quicker and picking up our decision making, and it's continue to do that. So. Thank you, guys. Yep.